Hi, this is Dickson with CrossFit Honor, and this is Coach Development Homework Lesson 5, Scaling Effectively. Workout I chose was workout number 2. The 2 rounds for time, 600-meter run, 20 burpees over the bar, 20 squat cleans, weight at that 115.75, and then 20 strict handstand push-ups. So stimulus wasn't given, so stimulus on the first round I got about 6 minutes, potentially up to 9 minutes on that second round based on the seconds per rep and everything there. So my time frame I have is about 13 to 18 minutes as far as like our total stimulus. But when we're talking about scaling today, so we have our beginner, we have our intermediate, and then we have our injured athlete. Injured athlete, I have a shoulder injury for today's workout. So going through first movement with the run. Beginner, I would scale the distance. That could be a time-based thing. That could be just a total distance. Maybe it's down to like 300 meters. Maybe it's 400 meters, whatever that looks like for them. So we still get outside, still get some running in, so we stay as close to the actual workout as we can versus just hopping on a bike. Then for the intermediate athlete, I have no scale. And then for our injured athlete, potentially no scale. So if they're still able to use the shoulder, but they're not able to like load the shoulder, they could still run. However, if they're in a sling or anything like that, they could potentially double the distance on a bike. Then with our burpees, burpee over the bar. So with our beginner athlete, I would have them scale the quantity of reps so that way we can still stick kind of in this time range here. With our intermediate athlete, burpees over the bar should be no scale. They should be able to work through those. And then on our injured athlete with the shoulder, so maybe that press they're not able to do, if they're still able to utilize the shoulder a little bit, I would have them do box jump overs. Similar stimulus, getting a little more power generated, kind of like the burpees when you're popping off the ground. Then if they're not able to do that, I would have them do a box step over instead. So they're still getting up and over something without just stepping over the barbell. With our squat cleans today. So beginner athlete, I would scale the load, maybe even an empty bar. If an empty barbell or that front rack position isn't able to go, we could always grab a wall ball, do wall ball cleans as well. So that would be another way to scale the load down. My intermediate athlete, I would scale the load down as well, so we can still be within this time range here, potentially a couple sets on that. And then on our injured athlete, I would have them do a single arm dumbbell clean. So they can still be as true to the movement, but they don't have to utilize that injured side. Then with our last part, we got our 20 strict handstand push-ups. I would have my beginner athlete do a seated dumbbell press, so that's still a strict movement. Then in a strict overhead versus just scaling to push-ups. Then in our intermediate, I have them do a pike push-up with feet on a box, so we can still be in that overhead plane, and it's still strict too versus resorting to like a kip. So it's true just overhead raw strength. Then on our injured athlete, I would have them do a single arm dumbbell press overhead. And so, yeah, that would be our 3 scaling options or for different levels of athletes. And there's more too, but this is what I would quickly go to. All right, thank you.